This might just be the best solo build out there right now, if you want to be the tankiest solo build that is, while still melting everything in your path. This is it. Over 21,000 sustained DPS without breaking a sweat. And yes, you can min-max it even further. Hi, I'm Surma, and today I'll show you everything you need to know about this absolute monster of a solo catalyst build. If you've ever dreamed about soloing raid bosses like they're nothing, somewhat, you're in the right place. Make sure to watch all the way through. We're covering gear, runes, traits, skills, rotation, full package. And as always, a huge shout out to my amazing supporters who help me keep the lights on. You folks are legends. Alright, let's dive right into it. All the credits for the original build goes to Numixia. You'll find their channel linked below. This build is able to solo 5 raid bosses as they've shown. That's insane. The background footage you're seeing also comes from them, of course. Check them out if you want to see more like that. Let's start with the gear. This part is nice and simple. You want full celestial gear. Every single piece. For runes, Superior Runes of the Prepper is the best in slot. It gives everything this build needs. If that's a bit too pricey or hard to acquire for you, don't worry, you can replace it with any rune that boosts condition damage and has some condition duration on there. Balthasar, Undead, Aristocracy, Nightmare, they all work. If you want to push your numbers even further, infusions help you. 9 spiteful infusions and the rest condition damage infusions. Of course, this is not required, it's just a little bit of nice damage boost if you want to try hard. For weapons, go Scepter and Warhorn, also Celestial of course, with the Sigil of Frailty and Torment. Torment gives the best damage, but you could also go for anything else here. You can swap it depending on the situation. Absorption can be good if you need Boon Steel, Purity for extra cleanses, Frailty I would always keep. For the Relic, Relic of the Rivers is perfect for strong Alacrity uptime and defenses. If you want to be more aggressive, Relic of the Fractal works too, and the core option would be Relic of Aristocracy, which is quite solid as well, or any other core relic. Consumables are easy. For food, use Fishy Rice Balls. 15% burning duration, 70 condition damage. Absolute best in slot, there is no ascended version of it. For utility, use Magnanimous Tuning Crystals, they scale perfectly with their toughness and vitality. And Celestial loves that, of course. Quick intermission. Liking this video grants me 10% motivation buff, and subscribing, that's a permanent passive buff for the both of us. So do the thing and it's a win-win. Now back to the video. Now let's talk traits. You're running Fire, Earth and Catalyst. In Fire, it's all about damage. Empowering Flame, Sunspot, Pyromancer Straining, Burning Rage, Persisting Flames. They give you crit synergies, burning uptime increases and power boosts. Everything you want on a DPS build, which is scaling for power and condition damage. Keep that in mind. In Earth, you get both defenses and offense. You take reduced damage when attuned to Earth. You get some nice barrier, bleeding lasts longer, and you hit harder. You also gain condition damage from your toughness, really good for Celestial again, and you take Written in Stone, which keeps your Signets passive up even when you use them. Plus, you get a free magnetic aura for reflects on your Earth Signet. Really strong. Catalyst is where it all comes together. The Jade Sphere gives Might, Fury, Aegis, Vigor, and Quickness. Elemental Empowerment stacks give you up to 10% to all stats, which scales insanely with your Celestial stats. Each element swap fuels your damage and survivability, and that's why this build feels both unkillable and strong in damage output at the same time. Here are the skills you'll use. Signet of Restoration, Armor of Earth, Glyph of Lesser Elementals, and Glyph of Elementals, as well as Signet of Earth. Use both glyphs in Fire for the maximum amount of damage. You can use the Elite Glyph in Water for big clutch heals when necessary. Signet of Earth gives you Reflects, Bleed, and passive damage reduction. Every attunement brings value. Fire is for damage, Water for healing and cleansing, Air for fast CC and some nice damage burst, Earth for sustain and bleeding damage. Always drop your Jade Spheres whenever you swap attunements because they're instant cast, easy boons. Now let's talk about the rotation. For the rotation, you want to start in Fire attunement and precast your elementals, lesser and the normal one, and then you engage the fight, and then you want to use instantly your 5 skill in Fire and your Jade Sphere, as well as the 3 and 2 in Fire, and then you use the heat sinks to get up some Might and Fury, use your Signet of Earth and swap to Earth. Then you use your 4 skill into your 2 skill, which you double tap, and use your 3 and 5 as well. Your Jade Sphere is always off cooldown. Whenever you swap to new element, you swap and instantly cast the Jade Sphere as well. Then you swap to air, use the 2 and the 5 skill, another Jade Sphere, swap to water, Always try to dodge to get some alacrity if you need to, or if you have some downtime and no good skills to use. Then you use your water skills, Jade Sphere, the 2 and the 3, as well as the 5 skill for some nice CC. And other than that, swap back to fire, and then you use your fire skills off cooldown, and use, of course, your Flame Barrage off cooldown, as well as your Signet of Earth, and always cast the fire elementals in fire to spawn fire elementals. And then after that, just press your fire attacks off cooldown until your Earth and your Wildfire are up. So you use your Wildfire, swap into Earth, dodge, and use your Force skill to extend the alacrity and extend all the other boons that you have, while also granting you some nice might. And then you use your double tap your 2 skill. Always try to get that in your combo fields, especially the poison one or the fire one, to get some nice burning or poison. And then you always rotate through the elements. So always start in fire, go to earth, then go to air, then to water. Always use the Jade Spheres and then repeat. This is the whole loop. Of course, if you need healing, use a healing skill, but you see you can have so much passive healing as well. And you can see here in the background that with this rotation and the crazy amounts of boons and healing that you get, you can outlast the extremely damaging field while still being able to do this insane amount of damage as well. So it definitely can perform what I promised here. And if you don't need as much survivability, because I would say that's in a lot of cases just overkill, then you can swap, for example, the Armor of Earth to any aggressive option, for example, Signet of Fire for more damage, or you can even swap the Fire Elemental if you need more utility, like a teleport or something like that. Those two would be easily swappable. And the Signet of Earth if you don't need it as well. So you have 3 utility slots that you can swap depending on what you need. The best damage setup would be Signet of Fire, Signet of Earth, and the Fire Elemental, as well as the Elite Fire Elemental, of course, as well. And then you would just use them all off cooldown to get the most amount of damage, as you can see here. And if you do that and have the perfect infusion, this build reaches 24k. I show here 23.5k. If you don't have the infusion, something like that, anything between 23 to 24k is easily possible. And if you get the rotation perfectly down, I think 24k is easily reachable as well. Just wanted to mention that this build here can be optimized depending on your needs. If you need more defenses, go for Armor of Earth. If you need more aggressive options, go for Signet of Fire. And there you have it, the tankiest solo build right now. Huge damage, huge sustain, and capable of soloing raid bosses. Big thanks again to Nomixia. All the links are in the description down below. If you enjoyed this guide, please leave a like, it really helps the channel. And if you want more solo build guides, hit that subscribe button. More are coming with the next expansion, for sure. Thanks to all my supporters again, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.